Hello and welcome to a very exciting edition of the Immigrant Magazine Weekly. I'm Pamela Anche. Are you aware of kidnapping of girls by extremists or the Chibok girls of Nigeria? Have you ever wondered what might have become of their lives? Today's show will explore just that with a cast of the Oscar-contending feature film, The Milkmaid, a story about two sisters abducted by armed insurgents. I will be chatting with Gambo Usman Kona, who portrays the lead male character of Dangana, and Anthonieta Kalunta, the lead role of the elder sister. Before we begin, if you haven't done so, please subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button here below. Press the like button so that YouTube will share our videos, and very importantly, ring the notification bell so that you will be notified every time we release new amazing content. This is a show not to be missed because a lot of violence and gender violence against girls is happening all across the globe. But today we will be having this discussion to give you an insight into what possibly happened to these girls. Hopefully we can change the minds and make a difference, give these girls a voice. So without further ado, please welcome Gambo Usman Kona and Anthonieta Kalunta. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you
very much.
Okay, so I know it's three of us on the panel. So let me get started with ladies first. How about that, Gambo? Ladies first?
It's okay.
Okay. So Anthonieta, I understand that this was your first time or your first movie that you made. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Anthonieta Kalunta. Graduate of Ahmad Bello University. I have a degree in theatre and performing arts. So I'm a trained actor, but mostly for stage performances. And yes, this is my debut film. This is my transition to screen. So it was exciting, but really new. So it's a new terrain. I'm aspiring when it comes to Nollywood and hopefully globally.
Well, let me just tell you, you did an amazing job in this film, and your dreams are gonna just come true. Okay, so and now let me ask Gambo here. Gambo, you have decades of acting. Tell me a little bit about why this movie was an interesting one for you to take.
Honestly, this movie, from the story, the plots, and the inspiration behind the movie is more than just a mere movie. It's more than just shooting for shooting's sake. Understand? Because the first time I read the script, I know that this film is going to be great. So, and the cast, the crew, the location, almost everything is of standards. So even before we started, I knew this is what I've been dreaming. And so I made up my mind to give it my best. Gambo Usman Kona is my name. I grew up in Adamawa, Taraba. I did my NCE in College of Education, Jalingo, degree, that's business education. Same business education, I did my BSc in Open University, Taraba State branch. I'm into music, into movie, both Kannywood and Nollywood. Presently, I'm the Assistant Secretary of AGN Taraba State branch. That's Actors Guild of Nigeria. So.
Wonderful. So I'm so happy that you've said all that. Now people get to have some perspective on how you came about playing these roles. You two did an amazing job bringing this, the characters to life. So Anthonieta, tell me, how did it feel as a woman, bringing and portraying these characters that you did so amazingly? How did it feel?
Telling a story which basically affects women. I think the discourse on violence against women, especially when it comes to insurgency in sub-Saharan Africa, is something that I was not particularly alienated from, because as a graduate of theatre and performing arts, I had to do development work. So these were issues I've had to discuss over and over again. And what playing this role did for me was you know, to bring me closer to it, to try to become and fit into the shoes of these people and have a better understanding of what they had to go through, really. And so, as much as a lot of us are usually alienated from, the movie tries to humanize the stories and, you know, put out from the statistics, the numbers, and, you know, give them personal stories. So we know that these people had lives, they had things going on for them before all of these disruptions. And it's not just about the people who would watch it, it's not just about you watching it. Even we, while we were going through the process, it did a lot for us in helping us reflect on our contributions as a society.
That's amazing. That is so true. Gambo, portraying the role that you did protagonist, that is so, that was really, that must have been really tough, bringing those characters to life. How did you, how did this shape you? And what's the message that you want viewers to take from this?
Honestly, you see, there are so many killings, so many bad things have been happening. And what you just hear is that so many people died in bomb blasts, people like this were slaughtered. And really, nobody know how the victim or those widows and orphans that were left behind, nobody knows how they fare. And I have to bring out the real attitudes and action that used to happen that bring out the trauma in those people, those victims. So once I was given this role, I knew I have to give out my best because I have to let people see and feel what those people are going through in the hands of these insurgents in the sub-Saharan Africa. So I knew I have to give it my best. So I did my best with the help of director.
Oh yeah, it was just you absolutely yes. I mean, I hate you just from playing that character. I hate you so much. So, do you think that when people see this movie, if and maybe you shed some light about the role that religion plays in our life, our cultures, it almost seems like a discussion we're having in this film. Gambo, that's for you.
Yes, you see, at times people understand things negatively, and at times they understand it positively. So it is our duty to enlighten them. And if you are going with the interview and the short clips of the Milkmaid, you come to understand that Milkmaid is not about portraying religion or something, but it's all about bringing out the trauma that some people fell into, what is wrong, and how we need to put our heads together to make things right, to be able to bring those people back to life again. That is what this movie is all about.
Absolutely. Antonietta, I remember it must have been a few years ago, the Chibok girls. You know, most people, we always wondered whatever happened to these girls. Did you do any research in terms of what happened to these girls? And so the role that you portray, is it an accurate view of what we don't know that happens when this happens? And how did it make you feel having to walk in that maybe dehumanizing role, basically?
Yes, so the director, Desmond Ovbiagele, had done most of the research, and he was able to give me materials and send me links for me and things I had to do personally. Not any one contact he did with victims of insurgency. He actually had to go to some camps while putting the story together. So the story told, and there's a noise.
Yeah, no, sorry
So
about.
So certainly the story was accurate in portraying. There was someone who listened to it and she had had to work with, who watched the movie and she had had to work with victims of insurgency. She could tell that this was really a combination of stories she had heard most of these girls tell. So the responsibility on me as an actor was in that place and being able to feel what they were feeling at the moment and go through each of the process. Technically, the way the movie was made, it wasn't like I was not really going through. Even physically, I had to do certain of those things like lifting, like climbing and all of that. So yes, physically, I had to go in through that. But mostly the on-ground research I had to do was when it comes to portraying the northern, rural Hausa Fulani girl. So I had to do a lot of one-on-one physical, learning and
Yes. Well, you did an amazing job, and the connection is not the best. I'm talking to you all the way in Nigeria. But last question, Gambo, what would it feel like for the movie to win an Oscar?
That's the biggest dream.
Okay.
So if we happen to win this Oscar, that's mission accomplished.
Amen.
My lifelong mission is accomplished.
We've come to the end of our show. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I would love to hear what you think about our discussion. So please share your thoughts in our comment section or send me an email to publisher@immigrantmagazine.com. Now be sure to follow me on Twitter